Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you can see me. This is going to be a little different. Things are different. Everything's different, right? Hey, Jeremiah. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to figure out like my, how am I going to do this? I have a totally different setup, you guys. So much to talk about. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! All right. All right, so the question will be, can I read this? Hi, guys. Whoa, what did I just do? All right, look at that. There's my router. That's my Wi-Fi. Right there. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. Okay, so everything has changed in life. Jeremiah, you game for being moderator again? Just in case? I'm hooking you up, my brother. Okay, so like it's been forever since we did a live stream. I'm literally tearing my hair out. Everything has changed about life, right? So I'm trying to think when I even did the last live stream. It's been almost a week, right? Probably like a week. So we kind of thought last weekend that the governor where I live might give us one of those like stay at home, remain at home, shelter at home, whatever they're calling it, orders, and nothing came through as a Sunday night. Monday morning, I had a raging headache. I just decided to stay home from work. I was like, I don't want to, I don't want to chance it. I don't want to go in. We found out sometime on Monday morning, the governor of the state I live in. I know everything looks different, right? Everything is totally different. So anyway, so Monday we find out that the governor where I live is going to call a stay at home, quarantine yourself, whatever, closing down all non-essential businesses. Everybody must remain home order. So I had my work computer, which is the one I'm using now, the one I'm looking at you guys with. I had this at home, and what I normally use when I'm streaming is my personal laptop. So I log into my work computer, my little work laptop, and I just start working. It's just chaos, right? So I work for a business that's an essential business. We support essential infrastructure. So we can't shut down. We have to work. We get authorized from the big boss at the company is like, okay, we're going to authorize people to work from home. You don't have to. If you're not set up to be able to work from home, you can still come in the office. We are supporting essential infrastructure. We're not allowed to close. I know. I'm sorry, Jeremiah. Literally, this week has been chaotic. Anyway, so I'm trying to like explain to you like how life like blew up. So on Monday, I get the information. I will be able to work from home. We're not closing our doors. We have to work. We're essential. We're an essential business. So I start planning on that. I actually worked for like 5 or 6 hours on Monday. Tuesday morning, I started working from home. All I had was my laptop. I probably got like 3/4 through the day, logged off and hightailed it into my office. And this used to be the area where I made my YouTube videos. Now it is my office. I had to move everything from my office to my house because we are shut down as far as our governor's order. We are stay-at-home orders for like a month. So I just brought everything here. I mean, I could go into the office, but I don't want to risk my family being exposed or anything. So like, this is why everything looks different. I am completely differently set up. I'm on a different computer. I'm on my work computer because all my personal stuff, I had to pack all my personal stuff up and put it away and brought in all my work stuff. So to explain it to you guys, this is my laptop. I'm looking at you guys through my laptop. Over here is one of my monitors. Over here is another monitor. I have my keyboard right here. Sorry to jiggle everything. And then I have next to this monitor, I have my computer. And then I have like all over the place. I've got all my work files here. I mean, it's just chaotic, right? So I have been basically getting up in the morning, doing my morning farm chores, and then hightailing it down to log into my work computer at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I work till about 4:30 at night straight. So it has been exhausting. So that's been chaotic. It's been pretty good to be here. And once I got everything set up, it took a couple hours to get everything set up. And then it took another day to get my printer to work because I needed a slightly different cable because at work, my printer runs through our network, and here it's connected in straight to my computer. So that only took an extra day, but so that's going on. And then I think I've mentioned to you guys that I'm the president of a nonprofit in my state. It's an elected position, so I've been in it I'm in my 3rd year. So yeah. Don't forget, you guys, give this a thumbs up, please. Please, please, please. But so as the president, we have our annual meeting scheduled for this Saturday. And our board of directors determined I did an emergency phone call like 2 weeks ago or something. We decided we were going to do it virtual. And so all this week, after I'm done working, about this time every night, we have been trying to test out the virtual software. And because like the entire world is basically told to stay at home, everybody's on the internet and it wasn't working. We tried like 3 different times. So anyway, we've got it hammered out. We're basically just going to do a phone in thing. And we PDF'd the presentation, and we're just going to wing it and go on the phone instead of trying to do basically something like this. So that's taken all week to sort out. I basically like end my work day, get my chores done, get back on the computer. Have been trying to sort out this whole situation with this meeting, and then I'm just exhausted and I'm going to bed. So this is literally the first free moment I've had. In fact, I was probably a little bit late starting this because I'm trying to get caught up on like cleaning and doing laundry. And so I've been running all over the place. I was trying to keep an eye on my watch, and I went running down here, fixing a load of laundry, and then ran into my office. I got to turn my phone down so it doesn't start blowing up. But so I'm really sorry, you guys. I've been wanting to like live stream all week, but there has just been no time. And I've been totally exhausted. So I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope everybody's doing well. Hi, Adore Mail. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I think if I blow this up a little bit, I can read it better because everything is a little different on this computer. Ooh, yeah, that's better. All right. I can see you guys better already. So I apologize for being kind of out of touch. I tried to do, I did a little, I guess you call it post on my channel, on my YouTube channel, to let you guys know things are a little chaotic, but you're technically a master of video and photo editing. That's awesome, Jeremiah. My ear is popping. We are getting, just so you guys know, if something happens and I just disappear, we're getting storms that are rolling through right now. So I don't think it's supposed to be anything major, but I think we're supposed to get like heavy rain. Hopefully that won't knock anything out. But thank you, Kid Wonders Life of Wonder. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Totally appreciate it. So yeah, and then to back up to earlier in the week, not only am I like trying to figure out the chaos of my nonprofit and my day job, but here on the farm, one of my horses was having some lameness issues, and I realized that he was brewing what we call an abscess in his foot. So I have been trying to medicate him a couple times a day to get that abscess to pop, and that finally popped today. So that just added to the craziness of this week. So yeah, God, my ears are like popping from the storm we're getting. Oh no, she cut her finger. Yeah, be careful. You don't want to be having to go out to like the doctor's office or the emergency room or anything. I have water in my ear. Hopefully she's okay. I been there, done that on stitches. It happens, unfortunately. I've got more scars on my hands from doing stuff around the farm. I've taken a cordless screwdriver and tried to drill through this finger 1, 2, I think 5 times now. Literally like drilled down to the bone. So not the brightest move on my part, but I'm right-handed and I tend to drill into my left hand a lot, which is not good. Oh, 26 cents. All right. So you're getting some more views on your podcast, some listens too, I should say. That's awesome, Jeremiah. I watched your video earlier this week. There we go. So that's awesome. I still have not heard anything on my monetization. I did notice I went on to YouTube's blog and they're saying it's going to be like well over a month before channels are evaluated or reviewed. So I have a bit of a wait probably to go. God, I have like water in my ear. Yeah, that's 1 cent. Well, you made a quarter and a penny, right, Jeremiah? So my channel sits in review. I'm not monetized. I am qualified for monetization. I've done everything I can do on my end. All my applications in. It is in the hands of YouTube, and I sit and I wait. So, yep, that's Wi-Fi router right there over my shoulder. This is kind of like a TV area, and that's kind of where our router information comes in. We have we're out in the sticks, so I have completely different internet than probably most people do. I actually have LTE, which is basically like cell phone. So we don't have cable, we don't have DSL, we don't have fiber optic. We tried satellite a couple years ago, and it was horrid. So we don't have that either. This is literally like an antenna on our house that faces a what's like basically almost like a cellular tower. So it works great. I mean, it has been hands down the best internet we've had living out here in the middle of nowhere. So no real complaints. Every now and then, if the tower gets hit by lightning, they might get knocked offline for like half a day. But so that's where it all comes in right there. That's our little Wi-Fi router. And then this is, like I said, is a computer room, and my desk this is kind of where I would come downstairs and shoot my YouTube videos. And now it's my work, where I work every day. So, Jeremiah, you keep going at it. You're going to continue to do well. Nothing comes in a hurry. I mean, even when I monetize on my channel, I'm not expecting to make more than a couple of bucks a month if I'm lucky. A lot of people have software that blocks advertisement, so it does me no good. They can watch my videos all they want. If they're blocking the ads, I don't get a penny. So hopefully that will not happen, but it does. I know it happens. So yeah, turn those ad blockers off when you guys are watching YouTube, and support the small YouTube channels, especially if you're hoping to be monetized someday. That's going to be you hoping that people watch your videos where there's ads on them. So someday I hope it to be me. I'm in review, and it'll probably be another month, but that's okay. It is what it is. Definitely life is a little tough. You made another one. That's great. God, my ear is like, whew. I feel like I got ears are popping. Yeah. So welcome to the craziness of my new workstation. But like, I don't even know where half my stuff is still. I'm trying to figure out. I do have my hand sanitizer, and I do have my CeraVe, because I like my CeraVe. Other than that, I'm not really sure where anything is. I like everything that was on my workstation for making my YouTube videos. Everything got like jammed in boxes and kind of chucked into storage. So I do have my 2 ring lights still sitting here, but other than that, like, chaos has reigned supreme, and I'm not sure I know where anything is at the moment, other than in a pile somewhere. So, yep, that's awesome, Jeremiah. Thank you, Kid Wonders, Life of Wonder. I really appreciate that. Someday, I hope it'll be even better news. I hope to actually be monetized, but right now I am in transition. Give anyone an Apple Watch or AirPods? Yeah, that'd be great. Wouldn't that be nice someday? I mean, and I don't think I'm going to be like, you know, it would be great if my channel would like blow up and I would become like this famous YouTube person, but I don't know. I think it takes a lot of luck, I think, to become that person or that channel. I think you have to definitely, live a really wild and crazy, exciting life. Like Casey Neistat on YouTube, he lives in New York City. And he's a world traveler. He goes everywhere. He's incredibly famous. That is his life and his job. I would love if this would become a supplemental job for me, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I will continue to do my best and hope people like my channel, hope people join my channel, and try to find ways to improve myself, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yep, Mr. Beast. I mean, there's a ton of channels. There's a kids channel that I can't remember what his name is. He makes millions of dollars a year. Kids channel, Jeremiah. He has a standalone office building and a huge staff that is dedicated to, he has a production crew, and everything is dedicated around filming this kid's life and editing the videos, selling his merchandise. Thank you, Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So yeah, Jeremiah, I mean, I've been like burning around. I haven't even like invited any of my friends to this YouTube live stream. So let me see if I can find the link to it on my phone and see if I can invite some of my friends. It's really weird. I don't know why. I'm going to reboot my phone. I didn't know if this was even like scheduling itself properly on my channel because I wasn't getting like the normal notifications that I was scheduled for a live stream. Yes, Jeremiah, Ryan's Toys review. Yeah, he's multimillionaire and has like a huge staff. So kudos to that family, I guess. But that kid, he's kind of like a child star. I hope he's not going to be really upset later in life. Letting my phone reboot, and then I can let my friends know. I also have another friend who she was on, I think she was on the last 2 streams, Jeremiah. Do you remember Organic Beauty, the channel Organic Beauty? So she and I have been chatting a lot, and I've been trying to kind of help her. She's published a couple more videos, so pretty excited for her on that. She's done a great job. Got my phone back up. I'm going to see if I can find the link to this on my phone. So anyway, she's been asking me a lot of questions. I've been trying to kind of explain to her where to find things in the studio. Yeah, I don't know why this is being like this. View channel. Aha! All right. It finally showed up. There we are. So I'm going to grab the link and start letting everybody know that I'm sitting in here with you guys and we're chit-chatting. I'll let her know. We'll see if I can get Organic Beauty in here. Oops. All right, I'm going to send her the link. Hopefully we can get her in here. Yeah, well, I haven't hardly told anybody. You got 19 hours. That's fantastic. You keep letting people know. I'm in live stream, everyone. I can't type, you guys. Okay. They're going to be like, why didn't you tell us? Because I've been running around like a crazy person. So I did get a run in today. I was pretty excited about that. It feels, yeah, you should be happy. That's doing great, Jeremiah. Let me see if I can pop open on my other browser where is my mouse? There it is. Your channel and see what your latest video is. But anyway, today, so I I clocked out of work around 11. I was running with my friend at noon. And then about 1:15, I called my parents, who are sheltering themselves and staying sequestered and all that good stuff. I called them and said, I'm going to go shop for groceries for you. And I said, you know, I'll call you when I get to the store and we can go through what you need. And so I did that. I shopped for my parents and took them their groceries. And then I had to deal with the farm animals and do my farm chores. Yeah, microphone. It is really nice. So my microphone works with my phone. I do have it here. That was one of the things that I tried very hard. So it's just a little lavalier one, but works with my phone. So yeah, so then I went and did all my farm chores after I grocery shopped for an hour for my parents, so that they wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to leave the safety of their home. So, well, look at you. You got another 1 hour because you need watch time. All right, we are going to put your channel on watch for the next hour, Jeremiah, on that monitor there. So, yeah, and then by the time I got in here, I had that, and then I had to eat dinner, and I got a shower in, and I was doing laundry. So yeah, it's been crazy. Well, I think Jeremiah would sound really awful while I'm live streaming to have that running, but I will show you what it sounds like. Here you go. Can you hear it, Jeremiah? Sounds good. All right, well, I'm turning it down because it's a little distracting. So I'm trying to let people know that I am live streaming. I feel so unorganized. It's just been chaos. That's basically the best way to explain it. This whole week just flew by so fast and has been so crazy. I'm lucky I could. That's good. You can hear it. I'm lucky I even know what day of the week it is right now. I just trying to see if there's anybody else who want to join in. I'm just going to message a couple of people. Trying to figure out what I want to say here with the message. I can still hear your music. I do have it on. Actually, Jeremiah, it's just really, really low. I see you did did you use screen capture it looks like you used a screen capture to capture the video in the back. It's pretty cool. That's nice. That's cool. So anyway, everything is different, and it's been a long week. So I don't know how, do I sound different? I mean, this is a completely different laptop with a completely different microphone and camera in it, and everything's different. So I do like my screens, my monitors. I absolutely need them for work, but yeah, never had them at home before. It's kind of crazy. I feel like, I don't know, it feels pretty good, I guess, to have everything set up the way I want it. But how's your week been, Jeremiah? Are you still on spring break? Are you finishing spring break, or have you started back to some sort of schooling? Ouch. We'll see if anybody else jumps on. Are you there, Jeremiah? Schooling. So everything's online, I take it, right? Do you get to meet in with any of your classmates, or is it all just stuff you do independently on your own whenever you can? I'm curious how they're doing it. I know it's been quite a scramble for, you know, all the school systems to figure out stuff. I know in our school district, they spent, I think most of last week handing out the Chromebooks for all the students to prepare. It's packet learning. Okay. I didn't figure you would leave, Jeremiah, without letting me know you're disappearing on me. Geo. Let's see if I can get Geo in here. Remember Cyber Mustang TV? Let's see if we can get him on. So we'll see if we can get Cyber Mustang on to say hello anyway. I have like water in my ear. Hope that doesn't mean that I've got the coronavirus. Oh, I do need to close my shades because you're in the basement. So what are you studying, Jeremiah? I'm curious. I got my water bottle here, just hanging out. Save that one for refilling because I do have one already filled up and it was chilling, so it was cool. What are you studying, Jeremiah, for your at-home school? You got a little bit of math, a little bit of science, a little bit of English, a little bit of whatever. Hopefully some sort of social studying and anything else. You just study. But what are you studying? What are you learning? It's got to be something. You got to be learning math. Something. Yeah, you too. Wouldn't that be cool if you could take classes in school on YouTube? I think it'd be pretty sweet. See what, oh. Gio said he just is waking up or maybe going to sleep. I'm not sure he's gonna. Just checking to see if anybody else is gonna jump in. Oh, the other thing is, so I had a friend of mine that was in California for the winter, and she finally made it home. She drove out there, so she drove back. She and her boyfriend drove back. Took them 4 days, but they got here, and she's back home safe and sound. So hopefully someday she and I will be able to reconnect. I told her we were going to go running. We would be physically distanced by 6-8 feet, and then we could just chit chat while we run. It's about the only way to do it, I guess. My gal pal and I ran today, and we were trying to stay at least 6, 8, 10 feet away from each other. Have you been cooking, Jeremiah? Doing any cooking? Oh, I don't know how I would make this. Like, the other thing is because I have my keyboard sitting here and my computer is way back, so you're seeing more of a little bit more of the room. I want to know what else you cook. I think those cooking videos are great. All right, we're 8 minutes in on your latest 1 hour video. So I am not logged in on that machine, so I will watch it again logged in. Little of everything. All right, so what's your favorite breakfast dish to fix? Like, what do you like? I know you know how to make eggs and sausages and rice. I do know that, but what else do you make that like is cooking? 131 subscribers. That's awesome. Okay. Didn't post what? What? Tell me. Oh, hey, you make your own. That's cool. Make your own creations. There's nothing wrong with that. So a good chef, Muffin. So you make muffins, Jeremiah style, right? Like a breakfast muffin. Oh, little sausage, little egg, little cheese, maybe. What do you put on it? Is it spicy? I made zucchini noodles tonight. They were so good, but they were spicy, like totally spicy. So my mouth is tingling. You know what I want? Oh, are you lactose intolerant? Cheese is like one of my favorite food groups. I love cheese. Are you vegan? No, you ate sausage. You're not vegan, unless it was vegan sausage and I missed that. Good I got. Okay, I'm not going to eat it yet. We are going to read my little, okay, long story. So it says, your vibe attracts your tribe. I think that's a pretty good saying for a YouTuber. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Go with it. Cheers. Mint dark chocolate. Gonna let that sit right here and melt. Tasty. So it says there's 2 of us in here. I know you're watching. I'm just curious if Adore My is the creator is in. I know he was in earlier, but I was running around like a crazy person trying to get stuff done. So you must not like cheese. That's okay. So what's in your jar muffin? Do share. I want to know. That's good. That's part of the fun of doing these live streams is that people get to know each other and they find each other's channels, and it's good stuff. I think I have another place I should let people know I'm in live stream. Let's see. Let me message these people. I'm going to see if we can get more people in here. We shall see. An English muffin, an egg, and a sausage patty. There you go. It's definitely like a McMuffin. Sounds good. Sounds very good. So how do you do your egg? Do you have one of the little things to keep it the right size? Little egg poaching, whatever, little container. So how do you make your egg? My ears are popping from the storm. My ears are popping. Oh, over easy. Okay. Do you like the little yolk in the middle? I think that's over easy. The whites with the egg, yolk in the middle. I'm not a big egg eater. I don't mind it in In food, not really a fan of it scrambled because most people don't put anything tasty in with it scrambled. I actually like it made into an omelet. That's kind of my way to eat eggs. So no, I would not be. You couldn't get me to eat an over easy egg. Unfortunately, it's just not my thing. I think if I scramble eggs, what I do would be to like mix in, kind of like almost make them like scrambled omelet. So I probably would make put like, I like bacon in there. I like some cheeses in there. I love putting like baby spinach, shredding up some baby spinach and mixing that in there. Stuff like that. Could do that, make almost like an omelet, but a scrambled egg omelet. That would be tastier. So yeah. Okay, so what do you make for like lunch foods, Jeremiah? I'm ready for another bite. It's pretty tasty. I do like my dark chocolate, and I like my mint dark chocolate. I'm gonna let that marinate right there. What do you what do you cook for like lunch? I don't mean like making sandwiches, but like, do you, like everybody can cook up macaroni and cheese out of the box. Have you ever like baked macaroni and cheese? That could be delicious. You can make anything with the ingredients. That's awesome. I am definitely not so much of a cook as I am a baker. I've always had really good success baking just about anything I put my mind to. Haven't done a lot of baking lately, but and I used to I like to like alter recipes and kind of get a little creative. That's kind of fun. So no to the cheese, huh? So not even mac and cheese. I got you. Have you ever made like casserole or a meatloaf or let's see, a roast? That's kind of easy. Just prep it, cook it. So maybe that's boring, but trying to think of good dishes for lunch. I don't know. I try not to eat a huge dinner, so I usually get a little more, try to make like my lunch my larger of the two meals. A lot of people eat like a small breakfast, a medium lunch, and then a giant dinner. I try not to eat a giant dinner. I try to make my lunch the bigger of the two meals. Not really a big breakfast eater. Never really have been like huge into it, so that's kind of a light meal for me. And then about the time lunchtime rolls around, I'm pretty hungry at that point, so that's my bigger of the two meals. So do you like zucchini, Jeremiah? I could tell you my how I make my zucchini. I zoodle it. So I make the zucchinis I get are like that big, about that big around, maybe like no bigger than maybe 2 inches around, because if they get any bigger than that, they're just too full of seeds. So I try to get them 1.5 to 2 inches. Okay. Well, I never did either, and now I found a way to eat it because it is really good for you, but I was never really a squash person. So I make it into noodles, or zoodles as they're called, because it's zucchini noodles. And I get a big like skillet full, big pan full, and then I put in some olive oil. I kind of lightly drizzle it in olive oil because I saute it. So I saute it on the stovetop. And everybody sautés, you kind of saute it to however crunchy or soft you want it to. I think it's usually at least 10 minutes on like a medium heat. So saute it on like a medium heat for probably a good 10 minutes. So it's in olive oil. And then I add a spice mix that's called rosemary garlic. So it's roasted garlic and rosemary. And, I get it going, and then I add in some of the rosemary garlic as it's sauteing, and I let that cook down. And then probably like the last 2 or 3 minutes that it's still sauteing, I add in a little bit more. And you just add as much spice as you want into it. Now today I was feeling like I wanted it really spicy, and I added a lot in, and it was really spicy. So I do that, and then the part you're not going to like is when I serve it into a bowl, I I mix in some Parmesan cheese because I like that. So it's pretty good. That's pretty good even without the cheese. The roasted garlic definitely gives it a little bit of a zing. And then if I'm not in a hurry, I do grow garlic here on the farm. So I actually have some garlic down here in the basement where it's out of sunlight and it's drying. And so I will often come down and grab some garlic and chop it up and mix it in as it's sauteing. So it's fresh garlic in there as well. I didn't have time to do that tonight, so I just used my garlic and rosemary spices and called it square. So let's see where we're at on your video. Ooh, almost 20 minutes in on watching your newest video. It says it's got 12 views, so that's good. So how could you forget? Uh-oh. All caps. Oh, no. I got my last little piece. Pretty good. I'm going to throw out the wrapper. Tasty. Oh, what's your number one dish? Tell me. My hair is like all freaking out here as it's drying. Ooh. Garlic, yum. Butter, yum. Noodles, yum. Totally. Butter noodles are easy. I know a lot of people who just make like butter noodles. They don't even put garlic in there. They just make noodles with butter and call it yummy. So, yep. I could totally see that. I'm having my chocolate. It's pretty tasty. Have you ever tried different types of noodles? Because you can get different types of, I don't mean like shape noodles. I mean like noodles made of different ingredients. That's fun sometimes to try. You'd have to probably go grocery shopping with your mom. But the noodle section often has like kind of fun noodles made with fun ingredients. Especially if you are like at a big market, like a big grocery store, and you go to like the international aisle. Sometimes you can get some kind of wild stuff. My favorite is spinach noodles. So where they when they're making the noodle, they add in the spinach into the noodle. How do you get to 100 or 1,000 views? Time on YouTube. Definitely. Time on YouTube. Just putting content out, trying to find subscribers. That whole thing. Ooh, my ears are popping with the. I'm just going to look and see what the storm system is up to here. Let's see if I do that. I have to do it here. I am going to, hope this doesn't screw anything up. Check out the radar. See what the radar brings up. It's a lot. It's taken me a long time, and I've worked really hard at it. Developed some friends on YouTube like you, and we all kind of try to support each other. It's kind of what you got to do. I'm looking at radar right now. Let's see what kind of rain we got going on. Oh, it's just everywhere. It's just scattered all over, like everywhere. It's a huge storm system. It stretches back from, let's see how far it goes. So this storm system stretches from Arizona all the way through the Midwest, all the way to like Washington, D.C. and Virginia. That's how big this storm system is. It's crazy. Well, that's awesome. You definitely keep going. Who are you asking? Who are you talking to for sponsorships? Like gaming or what kind of sponsors are you looking for? I should go into, let's see here, Spotify. Well, so who sponsored you on Spotify and Anchor and Apple? You got somebody who's paying you 26 cents, right? Let's see if I can log into Spotify while we're streaming here. Let's see here. Log in. Haha. Anchor. So if I listen to your streams on Spotify, do you get any credit for that? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my friend Armand uses Anchor. It seems to be a really great software for doing that. So why am I not? I have to search on your channel. Tell me your channel again on Spotify. I can't stand their platform. It is about impossible to find anybody on here. There's no search. There's no nothing. It's just nothing. It's tech. What was your? Oh, I gotta go back to your. You know, Jeremiah, on the video that I'm watching, you know, your 1 hour of music. You should put your links in your description on the video to like Anchor and Spotify and Apple. You want to always put your links so that people can find you on Anchor and in Spotify. I actually have, I think I've got Anchor on my phone here. I think, maybe not, maybe. Thought I did. Oh, yeah, I do. It's the purple icon. Here it is. Hey, what are you doing? All right. Jeremiah, what's your channel name on Anchor? So like Tech with Jeremiah? I can't remember. I'm like brain fried from the week. My ears are popping, which is not good. Hope I'm not getting sick. Hope I don't have the coronavirus. That would suck. It would suck to finally have my YouTube channel in review for monetization to get coronavirus and like drop dead. That would be pretty bad. That would be sad to work this hard and just poof, have it all gone. I would be quite sad. Tech news and more. Okay, hang on. We're going to look right here. Looky, looky, looky. Think your top slot there, my friend. What does your logo look like? Look at that. Even says Jeremiah on there. That's awesome. So we will mark you as favorite. And let's see, we got to start with your first one. See if that'll play. Give you a little credit. Gotta be careful I don't eat up all our bandwidth. Right now it's just playing music. Aha!
One place. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple.
That's awesome. Woo! Okay. I'm playing you. Yep. Trying to make sure it was going right. Got the first one going. Yeah, intro song. So, well, nobody else is joining us here. That's kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping like somebody join us. That's awesome. You do a little bit of everything, Jeremiah. That's a wonderful thing to be so creative. How's your family doing? I know you said your mom cut her hand or her finger. That kind of, it's no fun. Yeah, not even any bots. Yeah, about the time we start saying, hey, no bots, one will probably show up, but maybe not. How's your family doing with kind of being, because I think pretty sure all of California is kind of locked at home as well, right? I mean, I think a good portion of our country is kind of locked up. You're good? Going a little stir crazy at all? You getting out and seeing some sunshine, some fresh air? I know the kids' playgrounds are not allowed. They're not open, but the parks are open. So, you know, you can go to the parks. You just can't use any of the equipment. They don't want anybody touching stuff and passing virus on. So, you know, we're all supposed to be mostly staying at home, but a lot of people are out biking and walking their dogs, taking their kids out in strollers like little babies and stuff, or taking kids out on a bicycle ride. Yeah. Right. Well, I tell you, this week was so crazy. Just totally nuts. I feel like the week went by in such a whirlwind. Like everything's different about this, like down here. Like my entire work desk is now in my home, in the basement of my home. And it's crazy. It's like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make a video when it comes time for me to make my YouTube videos. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do now because like all that stuff, well, most of that stuff's put away. I do have my ring lights. They're still back here. I kind of move them around, but they're back here. I'm actually not using any of them right now. I don't even know like where the on offs on them are. Like I moved them around so much. I have no idea if I could even turn them on if I tried. Oh, it's got to be around here somewhere. Hang on. Hey, I found one of them. See if I can get one of these turned on. I think it's still plugged in. Ooh, oh my God. Hello. I need my sunglasses. It's so bright. Oh my God. Hi. Hey, Grethel loves to share. Ooh, that's better. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Come on in. We are just chit-chatting. I just turned my ring light on and it's like blinding. I don't know if I can change the tone of it. Oh, it's a little better. It was like blindingly bright. Thanks for coming in. Grethel loves to share. We've been kind of talking about how our week's gone. You know, everything going on in the world right now is just crazy. I've just had an absolutely crazy week and I can't even remember half of what happened. It just went so fast. So I was catching up with Jeremiah. I haven't talked with him for about a week, seeing how he is doing in the last week. So curious to know how you've been. Grethel loves to share. How are you doing? Not sure where you live. I am in the United States. I am in the central part of the U.S. and my friend Jeremiah on here is in the West Coast area. So he's a couple thousand miles away from where I live. Yeah, that's kind of why it's nice to come in on live streams and just talk to people because like we're stuck in our homes and seeing the same family members. It's kind of nice to like meet new people. You can't really go out and meet new people right now other than doing it this way. So, oh, Norway. So how are you in Norway? We have a number of friends, Jeremiah and I do, that are in all parts of the United States. We have several friends in the Philippines, New Zealand, Italy, the UK, kind of all over. I'm just kind of hoping everybody's doing okay with the whole virus pandemic. Right? Never been out of the house. I'm sorry. That's hard. I live actually on a farm. So I actually live outside of the city and I live out in the country. So I am very fortunate that I can actually get out of my house and walk around our farmland and just get out and away from like the four walls around me. But we are coming out, as you know, we're coming out of winter into spring, and the weather has not been real great, and it's actually raining right now. So yeah. That's awesome. Grethel loves to share. I'm actually watching. I have 3 screens set up for my computer system here. And so I have you guys on the main one, obviously. And then I have a monitor here and a monitor here. And I have Jeremiah's channel over here. And I am watching his latest video. He is, he's got a 1-hour music compilation video that he's using to try to get some watch time for his channel. So I've got that going there. So, and he actually has a really good podcast, and I opened up his podcast on my cell phone and kind of have that playing too. So kind of, multitasking, sort of. I'll have to bring up your channel next. I'll take a look at that. To be careful I don't do too much stuff at once or I could lose my live stream. But living out in the country, I have to be cognizant of the amount of bandwidth I'm using while I'm trying to live stream, because it can cause problems. So yeah, we definitely will. So what are you doing to not go completely crazy? This is the first week that I have truly been kind of they're calling it I guess I've heard shelter at home as the word or the phrase they're using it. Hey, Geo, Cyber Mustang TV. Welcome back, my friend. We have Jeremiah in here, and Grethel loves to share from Norway. So good to see you, Geo. 2 weeks almost done. Yeah. So, right, Jeremiah watched my live streams. Unfortunately, I haven't live streamed in like a week, but hey, Gio, it's so great. Are you just getting ready to go to bed? Are you going to eat breakfast and go to bed? Or did you sleep last night and you're actually awake for the day? Or what do you got going on, my friend? I saw you saying something on one of the chats about, I think, getting some breakfast eaten. So, or just waking up, maybe. I'm on a totally different computer, Gio. You missed what I was telling everybody earlier about how crazy this week has been. I'm on a completely different computer. I had to put away all my YouTube channel making stuff because I had to move my entire office from work into my basement workspace because we got ordered to work from home by our governor. And I have to work because the company I work for, we support critical infrastructure. So we have to continue working. Yeah, I see that, Gio. That's awesome that you're able to do so much research for the groups, because for me right now, because we do support critical infrastructure, I have to absolutely do my job. So I am very appreciative of the fact that I have a job right now, and that I'm bringing in a paycheck. It's very important right now. And also that my job allows me to do it from home so that I am considerably safer than trying to go into an office. We have like 130 or 140 employees total, and it's not good if we're all in the same area working in the same building. So I appreciate the fact that I can work from home. All right, Jeremiah, We're going into your second episode, my friend. Yeah, invisible job. I know, Gio, right? Like I said, I am internally grateful for the fact that I still have a job. I know so many people, millions of people have lost their jobs due to this pandemic. Government's shutting down life, basically. It's scary. It's totally scary. So I'm so thankful for what I have right now. Getting buzzing through on my phone, emails coming in for work, actually. You work for nothing, any amount. I appreciate that, Jeremiah. I created a video this week. I edited it, and I have not yet gotten around to uploading it, frankly, because I have been so busy. I'll probably try to do that this weekend. It takes a lot longer to upload it. It's like a probably almost 20-minute video. It's a 15-20-minute video, so it'll take all night to upload. Maybe I'll set it for tonight if I remember. But I couldn't remember. I saw you use the video clip I sent you, the really cool subscribe animation. And Kinemaster does not like that. And I kind of briefly on Monday was like trying to play around with it on my laptop to see if I could like add it on to the front or the back of my video. And it just didn't work. So, and then I just, as you know, life got chaotic. So I didn't get very far. Jeremiah was trying to use that, but I did see you used it in your videos. And I mean, I love it. I want to use it in my videos. So I just need to probably find some software. My back is killing me. I was supposed to see my chiropractor this week and they canceled it because the office is closing. But yeah. So Gio, are you awake for the day or are you getting ready to go to sleep? I was doing some assisting Jonathan in my group because he needed a couple things for his channel. And so I had a little bit of that going on while I was working today, but any price, Jeremiah, that's awesome. Trying to remember what we were talking about. We were kind of trying to talk with our Norway friend here about how life in Norway is. Grethel loves to share. I'm going to actually give you a shout out if I can do this. Sweet. I like having my keyboard. It's so much easier than using my laptop. See if I can give you a shout out in the comments. So if you're still with us, Grethel loves to share. I think what I was getting at when Gio popped in is, what do you do if you're not able to leave your home? What are you doing to entertain yourself? Because the whole four walls of the same rooms in the same house gets frustrating. And I'm not like a huge TV watcher. So, oh, you do have a garden. You can get outside. That's fantastic. Hopefully you're getting good weather, at least a little bit of sun. We've had kind of weird weather this week, but I've been able to get outside. 1 year offer. Jeremiah, you sound like a commercial. Take advantage of this 1 year offer. Yeah. So, how are you coming out of winter in Norway? I'm not sure what part of Norway you're at and how warm things are for you right now, and like the kind of weather you're having. I know it depends where you are in Norway. I think I don't know what our average temps are. Probably in the mid 30s, which is probably only like 4 degrees Celsius, maybe. But it was beautiful today. It was probably close to 60 degrees Fahrenheit here. So I'm guessing, not doing very good at converting Fahrenheit to centigrade, but I'm guessing that's right around like 8, 9, 10 degrees centigrade. I could be wrong. All right. Thank you, Gio, for having this on. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Oh, if you're from near Oslo, that's not too bad. So if you're kind of locked in your home, what do you all do, or what are you allowed to do as far as getting food, fresh food, groceries, as we call them? What do you do for that? We are allowed to venture out. We are allowed to venture out. We are allowed to go to what they call essential businesses. Obviously, we can go get food. We can go to pharmacies, doctors' offices. We are allowed to go out and walk around outside as long as we do some physical distancing of ourselves to other people. Obviously, if they're in the same household, that doesn't matter. But you just have to be careful. And then, there's actually, we have fast food restaurants that are still open because a lot of people that are having to remain at work for essential businesses, they go through like quick drive-through food to get food for like lunch and stuff to kind of, to be able to eat while they're working because, for instance, my office, we don't want everybody in the lunchroom together. So anybody that's working at my office, we don't want them eating the lunch in the lunchroom. We don't want them using the ovens and the sinks and all that at the same time because we want them to be physically distanced from each other. So a lot of people I know are going out for lunch. They visit the restaurants that can do takeout orders or drive up pickup type orders. So I'm just curious what you're allowed to do because I know some places where people aren't really even allowed to leave their house for even food. So that's a little scary. You can go to common, that's nice. So our parks are still open. Our local municipality parks are open. Our county parks are open and our state parks are open. However, like if they go to like a children's park, the kind of play area for the children, those are not allowed to be used because, the touching of like stuff to play with, they don't want anybody touching that. But like the big green spaces are open. So families, you see a lot of families going out walking their dogs and like playing with balls and stuff with their kids. It's pretty tough. It is in the package. What package, Jeremiah? I'm not sure I'm following you. I got to go up and see, did I miss something? You work for free. And you said, take advantage of this 1-year offer. I don't know, Jeremiah, I don't know if I understand what you're saying. What package, video thumbnail package are you talking about? I don't know what you mean all in one. I guess I don't really understand. I've still got I got your 1-hour video going, and then your podcast is almost done, not quite. Your video, Jeremiah, we are 47 minutes into your 1-hour video, Jeremiah. So getting you a little bit of a watch hour there. So anyway, Grethel, I'm just curious to know. It's good to know that you can go out and about. We can too. I actually saw a number of people out on their bicycles today. It was a beautiful day. The rain has started here now, and we're supposed to have rain for the next possibly 2 days. They're talking potential for severe weather here where I live, possibly tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Possible for tornadoes. I'm in the Midwest. The Midwest of the United States is known for a lot of tornadoes. So not really excited about that. Don't really need severe weather while we're all kind of cooped up in our homes and being crabby anyway, but it is what it is. I was explaining in a previous live stream that our farm got hit a few years ago by a tornado, so it's not anything that I really wish to ever experience again. So, all right, Jeremiah, I finished your 2 podcasts on Anchor. So Got you some listen time on Anchor. Where did the editing? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Haven't checked out. Yeah, I'm watching it. Unfortunately, because they're calling for severe weather, I'm kind of keeping my eyes on the forecast. We're getting just some simple rain and thunderstorm type activity tonight, but they're saying scattered showers tomorrow and then the potential for severe weather. I think it's like after 2 p.m. in the afternoon for us. So for me right now, it's Friday night. It is Friday evening at 8:26 p.m. where I am. So, and then for Jeremiah, it would be 7:26. No, 6:26, I think, right, Jeremiah? 6:26, almost 6:30 for you. So we're still on Friday. You're probably into the future. As far as we consider it in the future, you're probably already into Saturday. I am, I'm looking at the radar. Nothing right now, but we've got storms getting ready, probably an hour out. Ooh. Sorry about that, you guys. Big yawn sneaking in. It's been a long week. So 2:26 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you normally a night owl or are you just having trouble sleeping? Yeah. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, where Grethel Loves to Share is. You're in the future. We were kind of making jokes about that on one of my last live streams. Please tell me, Grethel Loves to Share, is the future any brighter than my current Friday night? Because things are bleak. Things in the news are bleak. It's not good. And I'm hoping that the future is better. It's kind of sad to say and be so silly about it, but I was just going to check my local horrifying news and see what the latest on the virus is in my area, how many people we have. Well, we're not quite in my state where I live. We are not quite at 1,000 positive test cases. However, they are not testing many people. I know my mother-in-law wanted to be tested and they told her she could not be tested. So they're being very particular about who they test, which means the number of people who are positive is probably like 80, 100, 150,000 people. They just don't know. Unfortunately, we are closing in on like close to 20 people having passed away from this virus in the state that I lived in. So it's slow, but it's getting worse. It's slowly getting worse. And I hope that they can keep it slow because it's pretty, 18 months. No, I can't, I don't think I could do this for 18 months. I don't know how they can keep the world economy going if nobody can go to work. I mean, not me, nobody, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to go to work. I don't know how they think that they can expect people to live life. People have bills to pay. You got to feed yourself. You got to, pay for your property and clothe yourself, feed yourself. Very, very, very horrid. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything interesting going on in the world besides all this sadness. So anyway, it was in the news today. Wow, 18 months. I just can't even imagine. I don't know. Our government here in the US, I think, probably passed some ridiculous package of money spending on this virus, and I don't know how much good it did. The national news here in the United States says more than 100,000 coronavirus cases have hit. Well, I mean, there's tons of places that aren't testing anybody, that don't have the ability to test. So I'm sure as far as actual coronavirus cases, I'm going to guess we're probably in the millions at this point. It's pretty sad. State of New York is pretty bad. California, where Jeremiah is at, is pretty bad. Louisiana, the famous part of Louisiana, New Orleans is bad, really bad. Colorado has been hit really bad. So they are, our federal Department of Drug or whatever is approving a couple different types of testing. So hopefully we'll be able to get more people tested. Kind of really kind of late, yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm kind of exhausted. It's just been a crazy week. So we got the official order from our governor. It didn't actually go into effect until Wednesday morning, but we were told on Monday morning that the governor of the state where I live, we were going to be required to stay at home. So I actually had to go into my place of employment and clean out like my entire office and bring it here. So it's been a chaotic week. Hey, Wright's Way of Crazy. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this very crazy Friday night / Saturday morning. We are just trying to find ways to reach out to other people. I think pretty much everybody that's been in here is not allowed to leave their house. We are supposed to be staying home and we're all going a little stir crazy. So we're just talking about how, like, it's been what, a week since I streamed. So kind of we're trying to catch up on each other's lives and see what we've been doing for the last week. As I was saying, I brought my entire work office space, went and got everything out of my office, all my equipment, all my computer stuff, and brought it all home. Because I'm fortunate to be able to work from home. I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust my chair. I'm not used to spending like 12 hours a day in this chair. And I'm trying to find a way to make it comfortable. I have a little pillow behind. Ooh, that feels good. I have a pillow wadded up behind my back. Oh, it feels really good, actually. Makes it more comfortable. I'm on a different computer than what I normally stream on because I have all my work equipment here. This is actually my work laptop. My personal one is off to the side here. And that's the one I have done all my previous streams with, but I have, I got my like entire office set up here. So anyway, So how are you, Wright's Way of Crazy? How are you doing? Are you guys doing okay? If you're still in here, I'm not sure if you're still in here. Anyway, trying to go what we're talking about. The horrible news, whatever. Trying to entertain ourselves while we're locked up in our homes. I'm just trying to find like good tidbits of news. My flowers are coming. I love my spring flowers. They're my spring flash of color when everything is still so brown. The grass is trying to grow in green. That's nice to see. But my tulips are coming. My little grape hyacinths are coming. My crocuses are trying to come up. And my daffodils. I am super excited for all the spring flowers to come because it's something to make, give you a little bit of a smile with all the stuff going on in the world. So I'm just looking to see if there's any interesting information going on here. Just trying to find something interesting to talk about. There's not really a whole lot of good information out there right now. You're in Buffalo. Oh, no. Well, you're lucky you're not in New York City area, but that's not good. Your lilies are starting to grow up front. Oh yeah, I'm just excited for our spring stuff. My favorite flowers are tulips. I just love them. They're so simplistically beautiful. So I'm excited. My crocus are coming, my tulips, my daffodils, my itty bitty little grape hyacinth. I don't know. I'm just a little bit of color will make, a little bit of color, meaning that the winter's over finally. Any of that, it would be welcomed for me for sure. Well, more sad news about the coronavirus. It's just been horrible to see. I'm kind of looking on the news channels right now. Not really liking what I'm seeing. So, You did seedlings? Oh, no. Oh, your cats. Bad kitties. I have 2 kitties as well. And they actually don't bug my flowers too much, thankfully. Because I live out in the country on a farm. They're outdoor cats. They live, we have a old barn that was at one point in time a dairy milking barn. And that's kind of been converted. It's partial storage and a garage. And then the old milk house where all the milking equipment would go into, a ginormous house for the cats. So they have like their own private space. We lock them in there every night. They know to go in there. They've got a couple of heated beds. They've got a cat tree. They've got multiple litter boxes. They've got heated water in the winter, multiple beds, two heated cat house beds, and then other beds for them. So that's like their entire room. So I noticed this afternoon when I was actually going out to do some farm chores that my one cat had a big fat mouse that he had caught. So I was cheering him on for his job well done, because that's what he's here for, keeping the mice population down. So we were talking with, yeah, Grethel loves to share is saying hello, the right's way of crazy. I'm going to just kind of tag each of you a little bit in the comment section for YouTube to hopefully utilize. There we go. That one worked. Tag to Jeremiah. And then I'm going to tag. And so these are all shout outs to you guys. Ethel loves to share. There we go. Glad everybody's saying hello. So anyway, good kitties. Good kitties were out hunting, and that made me happy that my barn cat was quite proud of himself for catching a mouse. But as of a couple of weeks ago, we had so much snow on the ground. He was having a hard time trying to do any kind of mousing. So snow's all gone. It was almost 60 degrees here Fahrenheit. Okay, so Grethel, excuse me, loves to share. I'm going to go visit your channel. Grethel loves to share. Woohoo! So let's see what you got going on, what we want to watch. Grethel loves to share. Yeah. Your hand washing challenge, that looks good. Oh, the whale shark. Ooh. I might have to watch that one right now. That looks amazing. I love sharks. They are so impressive. Ooh, how cool is that? I am like nowhere near an ocean, so I love those types of videos. What an amazing creature. They're so big. Hello again, the right's way of crazy. So my barn cats, I mean, they're very friendly. We've raised them since they were kittens. I got them as kittens. They're both litter mates. They're brothers. got them as kittens. They got neutered when they were about 5 or 6 months. They've grown up together. The one is quite friendly. The other one is a little bit more skittish and shy around people he doesn't know. But they're very good kitties. They're kind of like pets, but they don't come in the house. So yeah, they get flea and tick and all that treatment, but they don't come in the house. So that's kind of it. I mean, we've got the horses, obviously. I keep threatening that maybe we will get a couple of steers to raise up our own beef for steaks and hamburgers, but haven't done that yet. Need to do that for sure. I think that might be a little hard. I don't know. Could end up getting a couple of hogs too. Raise my own bacon. But we haven't done that yet. So other than that, we're hoping to get into the fields and get planting. God, it would be great to be able to do that in the next month. I know a lot of my neighbor farmer friends are hoping to get into the fields to do some plowing because they were behind on it this last fall with the amount of rain we got, but we shall see. We don't have anything that we need to plant. We already overseeded our hay fields. So that actually got done a week ago, which is kind of crazy how early we got that done, but it's good stuff. I am obsessed with your video on the whale sharks. They're gorgeous, and there's so many of them. Right? Oh, yeah, everything's better with bacon. Like, bacon is a food group, right? I mean, I also think that chocolate is a food group, and I might have to partake in another piece of dark chocolate. This is mint dark chocolate. And I love dark chocolate, and I love mint dark chocolate. So this is a Dove. Tasty, tasty. Before I get it eating that, I'm going to read the little saying on the inside. Oh, Jeremiah, it's the same one. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Here's my tribe. You guys are amazing. Appreciate that so much. So I'm going to take a little chunk. So I think chocolate and bacon are their own food group. Fried rice. You missed, Jeremiah and I were talking about dishes that we like to make. And for dinner tonight, I sauteed up some zucchini in some olive oil on the stove top. And then I seasoned it with some garlic and rosemary seasonings. And then I always put that into a bowl, and I mix in some Parmesan cheese. Parmigiano. And that was really delicious. And I really seasoned it pretty strong this time. It was quite spicy, so it was really good. But that is a one of my kind of go-to favorite dishes. That's heavy on the vegetables for sure. Chocolate covered bacon with sea salt. Oh yeah. We have when I go visit friends in Kentucky, in the town of Lexington, Kentucky, I love to go to the Old Kentucky Chocolatier. And they're actually, they have a website. They have a couple of places around Lexington, and they make the best chocolate covered potato chips with sea salt. Oh, they are divine. You can get them in milk chocolate or dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate, so I always get them in dark chocolate, and they are, with that sea salt, they are divine, heaven sent delicious. So you get that like delicious crispy potato chip, you get the amazing delicious gourmet dark chocolate, and that zing of sea salt that is just, oh, it's divine. Yeah, I'm watching her swimming with the whale sharks. That was an amazing experience to be able to do that. I would love to do that. The kids are all swimming. The whole family is swimming in this video. And all the whale sharks. They're so cool. and they appear to be very friendly. Right? So are you a dark lick? I'm an equal opportunity, but I prefer the dark chocolate because it's sweet enough for me. The milk chocolate, it just ends up getting to be way too sweet for me. I don't need a lot of sugar, so it's very potent. But anything with bacon, chocolate, those are like my two favorite food groups. And then, as I told Jeremiah, cheese is another favorite food group. He doesn't care for cheese, but everything with cheese. I put cheese in everything that I can. Delish. Put a little bit of dark chocolate with mint in my cheek and let it kind of melt. I cannot believe how big these whale sharks are and that they're letting everybody get in there and swim with them and they're not having a problem with it. Oh, you make homemade Easter candy. Do you do the chocolate? We call them like peanut clusters, where you get like, I think most people use Spanish peanuts and then they drizzle them with like a mixture of white chocolate and dark chocolate to make like clusters of chocolate covered peanuts. They make them kind of like cookie size, about like that. White chocolate it can be good, but I love anything with mint. Like if I'm making a batch of brownies, I love to mix in some mint chips in there. Oh, so delicious. Salty and sweet for sure. Absolutely for sure. Last summer in July, Hubsters and I went on a cruise, a European cruise. It was a Baltic Sea cruise, and we visited a couple of the Baltic Sea countries, not all of them, but I picked up chocolate. I bought chocolate in every country. So we started in Sweden, in Stockholm, which is where we got on the cruise ship. And then we went to Russia. So I got some Russian chocolate, which was the worst chocolate of all of it. I got some Finnish chocolate from Finland. That was delicious. And then we went to Estonia, and their chocolate is quite good. Considering Estonia is, a lot of people who live in Estonia are of Russian descent, their chocolate was way better than the chocolate I got at CP. And then we went to Visby, Sweden too, and I think I got more chocolate there. So, and then we flew in and out of Iceland, so I got some Iceland chocolate, and that was divine. I think I brought home like 30 pounds of chocolate. Wasn't quite that much, but it was a bag of like a ginormous bag of chocolate. And it was amazing. And I ate almost all of it. I did share with some people, but we ate a lot of it. Oh, Jeremiah, do you need to leave? You got to do something with family. If you guys haven't had a chance, if you guys can visit Jeremiah's channel, he is trying to grow his channel and, obviously pick up some subscribers, and he's got a couple of great videos. He's got some 1 hour watch videos that are some very nice music in the background. And he's also got a couple of podcasts he's been doing. So he's talked a little bit about that. He's on, if you use Anchor, which is a podcast app, he's also on Apple and also on Spotify. So he's got some stuff going, and he gets a penny for every time someone listens to one of his podcasts. So I sent through both his podcasts on Anchor tonight so that he'd get a couple more pennies into his piggy bank. I just got done watching The Shark. That was pretty cool. Oops. And now I'm going to the Wright's Way of Crazies channel. I've got my other screens right here. Let's see what we want to see, what kind of crazy stuff you guys are doing. Oh, homemade peanut butter eggs and homemade sponge candies. Seriously. Sponge candy is huge around here in the Midwest. Ah, people love it. And peanut butter eggs. Hello. I am a peanut butter obsessed person. That's another of my favorite food groups. So you mix peanut butter and chocolate, and I am in seventh heaven. So yeah, so let's see what the Wright's Way of Crazy got going on. What do we want to watch on their kick butt today? That's cool. Ooh. Girl Scout cookies. Oh my God, Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, Girl Scout cookies. Okay, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Mine are, I think they call them Samoas. They're the they have everything. They have caramel and they have shredded coconut and they have chocolate and they have like a nougaty cookie and they are just divine. Oh, and there's the peanut butter patties and the caramel delights. Oh, caramel delights. That's what they're called. Those, I could eat like 5 boxes of those in one sitting. Those are divine. And then I've always been obviously a fan of the mint thins because I do like chocolate and mint. Oh, you guys are amazing. Look at you guys and all the Girl Scout cookies. It's glitching on my end. Is it glitching for everybody? Oh, they're getting rid of the thanks a lots. Well, that's a bummer. That's weird. I wonder why they're doing that. You got to stock up and put a whole like 200 boxes in the freezer. Buy one of those deep chest freezers and just load it up with Girl Scout cookies. Because they'll keep in a freezer. Without a doubt. Okay, I was going to go back to looking. I got to check our radar and see when our next storm system is coming in. So, Jeremiah, you said it was glitching, and I'm just wondering, is it glitching for everybody? I'm wondering if I'm doing too much on my computer, if it's interfering with my bandwidth. Ooh, okay. It's probably all the videos I'm watching. Oh, darn it. If I can turn down the bandwidth on them, that might help. Or I might have to stop doing that. I wonder what their new cookie will be. All right, well, I'm going to look at the radar, and then I'm going to quit doing that because that's using up bandwidth. Yeah. I'd say I'm about an hour away from another thunderstorm rolling through. Hopefully that's not too bad. All right, well, Wright's Way of Crazy. We'll finish watching your cookie video. And then I'll turn that off so that I'm not sucking up any more bandwidth. I'm not doing any more of the podcasting on my phone, so that shouldn't be pulling any bandwidth. Of course, I don't know if my family member, if anybody's on their computers in the rest of the house. I told them they weren't allowed to come down here because I'm doing this. So they could be sucking up all the bandwidth. I'll check right now, see who's on. Yep, for sure. Somebody else is on. I got somebody else in the house who's using my bandwidth. So that might be why we're getting a little glitchy. They're not supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to be nice to me when I'm live streaming, but they're not. Yeah, the chip and dip one looks really good. Nothing like chips and dip. That's delicious. But I'm loving the cookies. That looks tasty. All right, Jeremiah. we'll see you when you come back. Do what you got to do. I'm going to keep eating my little chunk of chocolate here. My last little bit right there. So you're in Buffalo. So how was your, you guys get like an insane amount of lake effect snow. Is that all melted out already? Or are you guys still dealing with that? I'm just curious. I'm not close enough to any of the Great Lakes to get any kind of lake effect snow. I've definitely driven through some lake effect snowstorms when I've been traveling, but I don't live anywhere near any of the Great Lakes, so I don't have to deal with that kind of snowfall. I'm curious about that. And Grethel is in Norway, not too far away from Oslo, so whole different type of experience for winter. I would love to visit Norway. I kind of wish that the cruise we were on this last summer, I really wish it would have been extended out like another week and that we could have visited like Norway, Denmark, much more of those parts of Europe. It was a 7-day cruise and it went so fast. I wish we could have seen so much more. It was amazing. Yeah, we actually, it's really funny. The only snow we have are like in the really, really large parking lot areas where like they've pushed all the snow all winter and made like those gigantic piles of snow. There's a little bit of snow left from those, but it's pretty nearly all gone. We've had beautiful weather off and on for a couple weeks, so most of our snow is gone. So I would love to. I have a couple coworkers who try to go to Norway on vacation every year. I'm so jealous. I know how beautiful it is. I have like chocolate all over me now. My husband is Norwegian, or of Norwegian descent, I should say. My family, both sides, my father's side of the family is mostly German, and my mother's side of the family is Finnish and Russian and a little bit of English. So, we definitely have a broad range of ancestry in the household here. So I got to visit Finland and Russia this summer. So that was really neat to visit where some of my ancestors came from. I would have loved to. We flew through Iceland on Icelandic Air. I would love to go back to that country. It looked amazing, and I would love to visit there. It looked beautiful, and I would love to visit Ireland and actually a large part of Europe. Would love to visit Ireland and Norway and Denmark. I definitely very much want to visit the Netherlands and Germany someday. Even Spain, the UK, parts of the UK. Scotland, I heard, is beautiful, obviously. I have friends who are from Wales. Love to visit that part of the UK. Even France, I think, might be quite interesting. There's just so much to visit in Europe. And then we have family friends who are Swiss from Switzerland, and they have brought back such amazing pictures and video from Switzerland that I would love to actually, go there too. So I think you could easily go and spend a year, like a good month, traveling through the European Union and just visiting everything. It's so historic. I just love the old historic, all the architecture. It was so pretty to go and visit all the places that we went to. The history and the architecture was just stunning. We actually we're only in Finland for one day. And, you know, it was a cruise ship. And so you could do, you know, you could just get off and walk around if you wanted to. Or you could do like one of the cruise, well, you didn't have to do like the cruise line sponsored tours, but you could hire like a tour. And I talked my husband into, we did, I think it was 2 hours. It might have been 3 hours, but it was using a fat bike, which are the bikes with the really wide tires, doing a fat bike tour of the national forest around Helsinki, and it was amazing. Beautiful forestry and stunning. Everything was just stunning. So I know that like Norway has beautiful forests. Obviously Scotland, all those have such amazing parts of the country to view. I would just love to spend, it would be great to spend a summer just backpacking and touring, riding the trains from country to country, having a bicycle, bicycling around. It would just be, that would be absolutely my dream vacation for sure. So maybe Sunday we'll get to chip away at that. Just getting to Europe once in my life is already an amazing experience. So pretty happy about that. Of course, I don't know if we'll ever go on a cruise ship considering this coronavirus situation. I feel very fortunate we had our cruise and everything was fine. Yeah, we come from a very diverse background, but America is like that. You know, most people have come from a very diverse background as far as their ancestry. So there's definitely some mystery in parts of my mother's background with the whole Finnish Russian thing. So that's kind of amusing. I think a lot of people fled Europe, changed their names when they got to the Americas. So there's a little bit of mystery there, but 7 days road trip from Germany to Amsterdam to Belgium and Paris. Wow, that is amazing. That would be really cool. I really love biking. I love cycling. I just enjoy it. So that would be so cool. The cruise ship, you know, like I said, it was a 7-day cruise from, we departed from Stockholm and returned to Stockholm, and it, you know, it just went very, very fast. So it's amazing. That was my first cruise experience. My husband had cruised once before, and or maybe twice before. I think maybe twice before we were married. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. It was a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. It was one of their older, smaller ships. But I enjoyed it a lot. We had a really nice room, which helped. We had a balcony, but I kind of liked that, you know, you slept while we were traveling, and every morning you woke up in a different country. And then you didn't have to like take your luggage with you when you visited all these different countries. You just kind of left everything on the ship. You visited a new country every day, and you always came back to the same bedroom, and you know, you never had to like pack and unpack your suitcase. So that, I found that to be very appealing. That's definitely a really cool way of traveling. You know, you're not dragging your suitcases with you and worrying about losing your luggage and having to make sure you have all that. It just stays in the one room. That was really cool. So I really found that to be a very enjoyable way to travel, and it's the first time I've ever experienced that. I hope we can get through this coronavirus and someday be able to return to some normalcy in the world to be able to continue to do those kinds of adventures and vacations. So, not your cup of tea. Yeah, it was interesting. You know, some people really get into like the stuff to do on the cruise ship. I didn't really find it to be that great. Like all the things you could do on the cruise ship. That's not why I went on the cruise. Like I don't cruise on the cruise ship to just do all stuff on the ship. And I get that a lot of people do that. Like their whole thing is to be on the ship, be fully entertained on the ship, and you know, if you go into pull into a port of call, a lot of people don't even leave. I don't know why you would do that. Like, and maybe it's because the cruise ship we were on, like I said, was older, and it wasn't small, but it wasn't big. It wasn't an Oasis class. It wasn't like one of the mega monster ships. It was, I think there were 13 different decks. But, you know, I look at some of the newer cruise ships, and they are probably twice the size of the one we were on. I don't gamble, so going to the casino in the cruise ship held zero interest for me. We did watch some of the, you know, they have like live acts and entertainment in the evenings while the ship is traveling to the next port, and we did see a couple of those, and they were pretty good. I know they have movie theaters. Didn't do that. We did climb the rock wall once just to say that I could do it. Actually went up it twice. But as far as the entertainment on the ship, I don't know. I just wasn't my thing. It was summertime, so if we were, you know, if it was still reasonably warm outside, we would go up on deck and kind of sit out in the sun for a while. But I didn't like. I don't know. I guess I don't see the purpose of going on a cruise ship just to sit on a boat as it floats around in some ocean somewhere. I like the idea of going to ports of call and visiting other countries. I mean, that's the whole thing for me, is actually like seeing the world. So that's the cool thing I liked about the cruise ship. But other than that, the ship itself I found was just kind of like a means to the end that I was looking for, was my transport. So pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that this pandemic virus didn't hit while we were on our cruise, because that would have been horrifying. It was really, it was my first trip to Europe. I think my husband's first trip too. Was in the military. He's in the reserves now, but when he was more active, I know he flew on some of the big cargo planes to other countries. But when you're in the military and you do that, you're not. It's not like you're touristing and you're not really doing anything. You're working. You never really leave the air base. So you fly over in an uncomfortable cargo ship, you land, you do whatever it is you're dropping off, you load up whatever it is you're picking up, and then you leave. So it's not like he can say, yeah, I flew into, I think he said like Greenland, but he's like, I didn't see anything. He's like, we were on a military base and I couldn't see anything. And he's like, and then we left. So it was his first experience going to Europe as well. So, one of the cool things I did though, I made my husband go with me to the Russian ballet. It was a small St. Petersburg ballet, and it was in the historic district of St. Petersburg, and one of the, the theaters or houses, opera theater houses of, the old czars. And that was stunning inside. And they were pretty good. They weren't world class by any stretch, but they were pretty good. We watched Swan Lake. So I thought that was really cool to see a Russian ballet in Russia. Very good. I had that experience. I wish I could have partaken in doing a sauna in Finland, because Finland is so well known for their saunas. We actually, when we were mountain biking through the forests around Helsinki, we did stumble upon a sauna out in the forest, but it wasn't active. And of course we didn't have time to do that, but that would have been kind of fun. But I felt good about setting my feet on the land where my mother's ancestors came from, because my grandmother and my great aunt, her sister, both were fluent in Finnish. So very, very strong Finnish background from them. They weren't born in Finland, but their parents were. So my great grandmother and great grandfather were. And so my grandmother and my great aunt were raised to speak fluent Finnish. So it was kind of really cool to kind of switch back and do that. It's kind of fun. So it was a good experience. We were very fortunate. We had really good weather. It rained a little bit when we were in Russia, but not a lot. We had good weather at sea, so I never had to worry about getting seasick. I was a little concerned that I might get seasick. You never know. We were up high enough that you could kind of feel the rocking of the ship in the wind at night. But to be honest with you, it kind of rocked me to sleep. It felt really good. So there wasn't anything too crazy. It did get quite windy a couple of nights, and we went up to the highest deck, like deck 13, or it was either 13 or 14 decks. They had like a bar at the top highest deck. We were kind of in there talking with some friends and people we had met on the cruise. And that was kind of fun because you could really feel the rocking then, but it wasn't awful. It just kind of felt, it was neat. You know, it was kind of a neat experience. It wasn't horrifying, it wasn't scary, and it wasn't enough to make anybody sick or to even really get you terribly off balance or anything, but it was kind of fun to see what it felt like. But it was a good experience. I hope to be able to do something like that again. So hopefully this coronavirus won't do anything horrible to any of us. It's pretty scary. My sister-in-law and my husband were talking tonight that one of her coworkers was confirmed with coronavirus and unfortunately passed away from it. So she is in very strict quarantine right now. She thinks she may have already had it. She was quite sick about a month ago for almost 2 weeks. So she's rather suspicious that she had been exposed about a month ago and actually had the virus. So she's still in a mandatory quarantine right now, but we're hoping that maybe she's already had it and has survived. So that's scary when it starts hitting that close to home, that potential sister-in-law either already had it, which is, at least if she's through it and she's healthy, that's great. But if that wasn't what she had and she's in quarantine and it's a coworker she worked directly with, contracted it and actually ended up dying from it, that actually, it's very scary. You're talking about possibly having very ill family members or losing family members. It's really quite scary. So yeah. The husband and I were talking, it doesn't really truly hit home until you have a very close friend or family member contract the virus and you start fearing for their life, hoping and praying that they get through it okay and healthy. There's a lot of stories out there. I think about when the American actor Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson, they came on the news a couple weeks ago and announced that they were both suffering from the virus, but they came through it okay, thankfully. You really hope that most people do okay with it, but you never know. Nobody knows. You hear about all the time people who are seemingly very healthy and who nobody really knows if they have an underlying health issue, and then they succumb to the disease, and that's really scary. To not know that you've got an underlying health concern that this virus takes advantage of to do its harm. So it's a little scary. So my parents are both quite elderly, and neither one of them is very healthy. So like I said, they're doing a very good job of staying home, not going out in the public. And I do their grocery shopping for them, and deliver their food. So they're quite mindful of, I'm scared that I might transmit it to them. So we have our little procedures in place to be careful when I'm delivering food or I'm interacting with them. They have a mask on, they have gloves on. We don't really get anywhere near each other as best as possible. And then they take all their food items into the house And they disinfect everything. They wipe with their gloves on and their mask on. They wipe all the containers down with a bleach and water solution. I know as far as any fresh vegetables I pick up for my mom, she washes all that down with soap and water, which kills the virus. So everything gets wiped down before it gets put in the pantry or the refrigerator. And then after everything's put away, she wipes down all the surfaces in the kitchen, anything that may have touched, that may be contaminated. I think they're doing a pretty good job of that. So, she tells me that's what she does. And I know she works really hard at that. So, hopefully they stay safe. I keep telling them, you're not allowed to go to the market. I will have to do all your shopping for you because it's too dangerous out there. So, I just hope I don't bring it home to them. Like I said, I think we got a pretty good system in place to keep them free from disease. When I go shopping, I put on nitrile gloves. I sanitize, I put on the gloves, and then wearing the gloves is enough for me to be mindful to not touch anything and then touch my face. Just wearing the gloves has me very aware of my hands and what I'm touching. And then when I do that and I go grocery shopping for them with my gloves on, I actually bring hand sanitizer in with me. And I will actually use hand sanitizer on my gloves just in case. So I hope that works. I don't know. Do you guys have any other solutions or suggestions? It's just crazy. I just don't know what to tell people, how to get through this, and how to keep loved ones safe. The cashier, I went through the grocery store today, and the cashier that rang me out, I think she kind of looked at my gloves, and I explained to her, I said, I'm grocery shopping for my elderly parents. I said, I'm trying to be very careful. And she's like, there are a lot of people that are doing that. And she's like, it's really wonderful of you to do that and people to do that so that we keep our elderly population as safe as possible. So it sounds like a lot of people are doing kind of the same thing I'm doing, gloves and hand sanitizer, and hopefully that works. I don't see that our friend Jeremiah back yet. I do. Okay, so what I do is I come out of the grocery store, I take all the groceries to my car, I load everything into the car, and then I take the cart back to where the cart has to go. And then I pull the gloves off. I get back to my car, get in my car, and I completely hand sanitize again before I do anything with my car. And then I drive home. And again, I don't touch the groceries from there on in. I call them and say, I'm a minute out or 2 minutes out, put your gloves on, put your shoes on, put your mask on. And then I unlock my doors for my car. I get out and I open the doors so that they don't have to touch my car doors. And then I back away and they come in and they grab all the grocery bags out and go in from there. I don't help them take the groceries in the house. I stay out of their house. They know to sanitize everything that they've touched. They're wearing gloves, so I feel like we have a pretty good system in place. I try to be very mindful. Like I said, I even get out of the car and I open the doors so they don't even have to touch my car doors. Because obviously, parked in a parking lot, I don't know who's touched my car or sneezed on my car. So, when I'm loading the groceries on, I have my gloves on and that as well. So I'm hoping that we're, obviously being in my car, if I were to sneeze in my car, the groceries are always behind me or in my trunk. It's the best I can probably do. I don't know. Right. I do have, I keep a little thing of hand sanitizer with me. What did I do? I just had mine here. Oh, here it is. I keep a couple ounces in like a pocket. I had a hoodie on today and it had a big pouch pocket in the front. And so I just had a 3-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer, in my pocket with me in the store. And a couple of times I just hand sanitized my gloves in the store. They didn't have any cart wipes. They were all out of cart wipes. So I got a big thing of hand sanitizer and then put it all over my cart handle. So that was covered in rubbing alcohol to kill any virus on there. Because that really was upsetting to come in and realize that they didn't have the cart wipes available. So I was really glad I had my gloves on and I had sanitizer with me. Because that's probably the easiest way to pick up the virus is just a shopping cart, because everybody's using the shopping carts. So definitely was glad I had my hand sanitizer with me and the gloves on. So I don't know. That's good to know that you're a nurse. I appreciate that. One of my best friends I run with is a doctor, a medical doctor, and she actually works in what we call urgent care, which is not emergency room. Our urgent cares are kind of a way for people to get smaller urgent injuries and illnesses taken care of, so that the emergency rooms are not overwhelmed. So she gets a lot of lacerations that maybe need sutures. In the flu season, she sees some influenza people. She might see people for respiratory infections, such as, obviously this is becoming an issue. She might see people with suspected broken bones, fractures. They can do the initial radiology in the urgent care and then determine whether they need to go on to emergency to maybe have a bone set, or maybe they will need some sort of repair, a surgical repair of a broken bone. So she's a slightly different front line than what we call the emergency rooms here in the United States, but she is front lines with the coronavirus right now. So we connect and we talk a lot, and she's kind of helped me come up with this strategy to keep my friends or I should say my family, my parents safe. So I have to say, Grethel, a huge thank you for your service as a nurse. Our medical staff in the whole world are absolutely right now. You're fighting our war for us. You are like you're like our frontline military in a war. You are on there fighting the great fight. And I thank my lucky stars for everybody who is a nurse or a doctor or however in the medical profession, because you guys you're on the front lines and you're saving lives. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. My family thanks you as well for any contributions you are making, for sure. Everything is so much appreciated. They are very low on personal protective equipment, gloves and gowns and masks and face shields. And they are looking for even non-sterile gloves, the nitrile gloves. And because we have a farm here, I actually we have a lot of boxes of nitrile gloves around the farm for various needs. And I was scrounging around, and I actually have found 3 unopened boxes of nitrile gloves that I have set aside to be able to take into the city and donate to the whatever hospital, wherever it's needed. So glad we have some unopened ones to be able to give. We don't have any masks here. We definitely don't have any surgical gowns or anything like that, but I'm pretty glad I found some unopened boxes of gloves, because I think each box is either, I think one box is 100 pair, and then the other 2 each box might be 50 pairs each. So there might be like 200 pairs of gloves, which is helpful. I mean, they're not surgical or sterile, but I don't think that's a big problem right now, because they're asking for non-sterile nitrile gloves. So I got that all in a little pile, and I'm continuing to look to see if I can find any more. They only want the unopened boxes. So I do know we have a number of open boxes in various places on the farm, so that's not quite helpful, but doing what I can. Like I said, I've got an opened box in my car for when I go grocery shopping so that I can glove up as needed. But yeah, absolute heartfelt thank you to everybody in the medical world right now. It's astounding how you know, you hear about some of these pandemics as they hit certain parts of the world, you know, the Zika virus, when that kind of went through portions of the world, obviously Ebola, but it has been a very, very long time since the entire world was affected by something like this at pretty much the same time. So that's astounding. I guess I never really thought I would see something like this in my lifetime. I mean, you never know, but it's astounding to be going through this pandemic here in the United States and then talking to yourself in Norway, who's going through the exact same thing. And Gio was on, people, we've been talking with people in Japan, people in New Zealand, people in the Philippines, all over the world. Same thing, going through the exact same thing at the same time. That to me is astounding that it's hitting the entire world at the same time. Well, hi, V. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody say hello to V. V interesting. Great to have you on, V. We are talking a little bit about how we're all doing as we shelter in our homes, and just how our communities are doing, how our families are doing, making sure everybody's okay. Right? For sure, V. Well, I'm so glad you jumped in here for a little hello, V. I appreciate it. Don't forget to give click the thumbs up, V. You know, we always appreciate that. So you guys, V has definitely been a great help for me to learn a lot about being a good creator on YouTube. And you know, good morning. It is, how are things in the future, V? It is Friday evening for me, V. So it's Friday night for me, 9:28 in the evening for me right now. Take care of yourself, lady. Appreciate you swinging through. So yeah, I mean, there's another perfect example. You know, V is in a different country, going through the same thing we all are. I mean, we're all in different parts of the world. And so to me, that's been a little bit fascinating. 3:23 a.m. Oh, well, do you need to sleep? You probably need to sleep. I appreciate your staying up, and I get it if you're not able to sleep. I understand that as well. I did not sleep well last night. This whole virus thing, it is invading my dreams. It has me waking up in the middle of the night. I'm dreaming about it, worried I'm going to get it, worried I'm going to give it to my family, or someone in my family will get it. So, okay, V. So V, where I am at, the governor of the state that I am in the United States, he just ordered us on a 1-month lockdown. So, and it started on Wednesday and today's Friday. So technically I'm 3 days into it for a month. So, I mean, we can go out and exercise. We can go to the market to get food. We can go to the pharmacy to get medications, things such as that. And because of my job being considered critical, my job, I'm required to do my job. I'm very fortunate I was able to do it. I'm able to do it at home. But I would say probably 50% of the people I work with are going into our office. I'm fortunate I could move my office to my home, but I feel very fortunate I have a job right now. Very, very thankful for that. But I'm only on ending day 3 of being kind of locked up. So I am not looking forward to a full month of this. I'm glad we're coming out of winter so that when I do get to go outside and get a little fresh air, it's going to be warm. It's not going to be 0 degrees out, but yeah, 3 days into it, it feels like it's been a month already and it's just barely started. So yeah. Yeah, so V's in the Philippines. So another example of someone in another country. So yeah, it's crazy. A couple of us in here are from the United States, and then Greta Loves to Share is in the European Union. So we're kind of all over. V, if you're still listening, Geo popped in here very briefly, maybe an hour ago, to say hello, but he's back out. So I'm looking at my cell phone to see what's notifications I'm getting. But it's nice to chat with people across the world and realize we're not alone in all this. I'm almost done with my bottle of water. I may have to go get another one. Keep my voice going. Oh, you're also from the Philippines. Nice. All right. Very cool. Very, very. So you're living in Norway, though. What brought you to Norway? Was it work or nice? Did you go to school there? Or did you just decide you wanted to move somewhere? I'm so curious. I think that's awesome. How was the transition from the Philippines to Norway? Okay, that's awesome. Your profession. Everybody needs people in the medical field. Definitely. That's really cool. So are you kind of on the front lines right now? Whatever you do in the medical profession, do you have to deal with basically the coronavirus, or are you in a part of the medical field right now that's kind of shut down and you're not really seeing patients? I hope you're safe and that you stay healthy and safe. That's very scary. Kind of curious about that. I'm going to tag V. There we go. Like tagging the channels that show up in the comments. Oops, I guess hitting my enter button just doesn't do it for YouTube. I got to actually use the mouse. So not sure how long you guys want to stay on chit chat here. I know it's the middle of the night for you. Greta Loves to Share, or almost morning at this point for you. And then I'm not sure the right's way of crazy. You guys are probably you've probably at least an hour ahead of me, maybe 2. No, you'd be an hour ahead. So it's getting later in the evening for you as well. I definitely don't. Oh, okay. You're on leave right now because schools and kindergarten are closed. Okay, that's nice. Keeps you healthy, right? My friend who is the urgent care doctor teaches at the university medical school as well. And of course, the university is not allowing in-person classrooms. So she's been teaching her medical students online. She says that's been very interesting. Okay, yeah. You're an hour ahead. That makes sense, right? Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me. I'm central time zone, an hour behind you. Right's way of crazy. I'm in the central part of the States, in the what I call the Midwest. Although I think the Midwest is a couple of time zones, really. But I'm already sleepy. It's been a long week. I have to say it's actually been a long couple weeks if you really think about it. Couple of months. It's going to be kind of wild. So I don't know, you know, I can keep streaming and keep talking, and we can keep chatting if you guys want. But I would understand if you guys are getting ready to cash in for the evening. I've been on live stream, it says, for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, or almost. I mean, it's okay, like right now is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, that's been a good long time. I'm surprised Jeremiah hasn't popped back in. He said he might join us. He was going to, you know, pop out and then try to come back. I thought it would be very nice to say goodnight to him. Sorry, I'm just checking something on my cell phone here. Making sure I'm not missing anything. I tried to message a couple of people to let them know we were doing this to see if they joined, but we've had a few people pop in, like V and Geo. So I appreciate you guys popping in here. Pretty awesome. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm looking to see with Jeremiah. Since he's out, I popped his moderator status off since he's not in here right now. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about, you guys. It's just, let's see. Someone like me replied, this COVID issue realized people have more money than expected. Imagine emptying all those grocery item shelves. I know. Okay, well, thank you, Grethel. Have yourself a good evening. Get your young one to sleep and maybe get some sleep yourself. Stay safe, stay healthy. Appreciate you coming in here. So take care of yourself. We'll see you maybe. We'll see you on the YouTube. I'll check out your channel and watch some more of your videos, and maybe we'll see you in another live stream very soon. So have a good night, and thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna do a quick shout out, quick tag in the comments for you. There it goes. Okay. All right. So yeah, V, it's amazing. So today, I had gone grocery shopping earlier today for my parents who are sequestered at home. In their home, I run to the market for them and bring their food to them. And today was the first day that I was able to find bread. Like, there was a little bit of bread previously, but most of the time the shelves were completely wiped clean. So I actually got my mother the bread she wants. I was real happy to see that. It was the first time in like 2 weeks. We cannot buy toilet paper. It's really hard to find. The stores that have it sell out fairly quickly. For some reason, people think this is the apocalypse and that they need like 1,000 rolls of toilet paper. It's weird. A lot of the cleansers, the germ killing cleansers, are sold out. I was able to pick up another gallon of bleach, which is good. We were low. And then I actually found 2 spray bottles of like a mixed bleach cleanser for my mom, which was really good. So some stuff is sort of coming back in. The markets have a limit on the amount of meat you can buy per visit. There was very minimal, like paper toweling, napkins, Kleenex, very, very limited amounts of that available. I'm trying to think of anything else was like gone. Everything else was pretty good. So they had some purchasing restrictions on some items, but it wasn't as bad as I'd seen it. I was actually quite happy to see the return of the bread aisle because I don't know. It was just, it was crazy to see the bread wiped out. I mean, you can make your own bread. It's not that hard, but apparently people don't like to do that. Oh, Texas Hold'em. There you go. Are you guys pulling like a late night? That's awesome. Hey, when in doubt, get a little poker going on, right? Rate's way of crazy. That's awesome. for me, when we're done with the live stream, I probably need to check on a load of laundry, and then I'm just going to hit the hay. I'm going to go to sleep. But yeah, it's been interesting seeing the things that are flying off the shelf. Definitely soups, like, canned soups, canned vegetables, peanut butter. Those things were at the very beginning of this about 2 weeks ago. They were definitely flying off the shelf and a little hard to find, but they've since been able to restock a lot of that. And the soups today were picked pretty clean, but there was definitely still quite a bit available. Certain types of soups were not available. As far as fresh fruits and vegetables, so far those have been quite good, which has been good to be able to continue with some fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, and not have to rely on frozen items, because it's out of season for us here coming out of winter. So that's been pretty good. I don't know. It's just crazy. Maybe someday we'll be able to buy toilet paper again. I don't know what people are going to do with their thousands and thousands of rolls of toilet paper that they're hoarding, but I guess they'll be supplied for years to come. That's been kind of wild, but at some point they'll be able to start restocking that. I mean, I don't know how much toilet paper you can hoard in your house, but there were pictures and videos of people buying 400 rolls at a time. It's like, how many people live in your house that you need 400 rolls of toilet paper? It's just wild. So yes. So our stores, I think, especially the groceries, have been doing, I think they're being pretty good. They're closing early. Their staff is restocking and sanitizing all the stores overnight. So that's keeping people employed. It's keeping the stores clean. And then when they do open, most of our stores have a special, that first hour in the morning where they are allowing persons that are handicapped and the elderly to come in and shop. They don't allow anybody else in. And so that's allowing, those people to get to everything that's been fully stocked before everybody else comes and wipes things out. So that's been pretty good. I am choosing to shop in our small town. It's a smaller grocery store. I don't want to go to the big groceries where thousands of people are going through there every day. I know that is where I would definitely be exposed to the coronavirus. So I know that I'm likely to be exposed in my small town community, but they had 4 checkout lanes going. I mean, I went at an off hour today. I think I went at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was kind of off peak, it wasn't the busy time of day. There were definitely a lot of people in the store. It wasn't packed. Everybody was being very mindful of where everybody else was located, trying to do our best to kind of distance ourselves from each other. There were a couple times where I was in the freezer section. I just had to wait for somebody because they needed to be kind of in the same area they were at. And you just kind of sit and wait, let them get whatever they need to get. And then they get out of the way and then you take your turn. No bickering or fighting. I know when I was going into the meat section, I needed to pick up some meats and I had to wait 3 minutes, 4 minutes for some lady to kind of decide what kind of meats she was picking out. And you just, you learn some patience because I didn't want to be standing right next to her. And nobody needed that. It's, our order of physically distancing ourselves from others. So it was pretty good. The staff was super friendly. They were stocking as best they could. They were definitely sanitizing. They all had gloves on. They were doing the best that they could to kind of keep everything moving. There was I think I waited 2 minutes to start checking out my groceries. So that was awesome. I just kind of hung back, let the customer ahead of me get through checkout. And then when the customer ahead of me kind of moved out and was done, I started putting my stuff on the conveyor belt and went from there. So I don't know. Like, I used to shop for myself at the really big grocery stores. And I mean, you could get anywhere, you could get like 300 people in the store at any point in time. And I don't want to be in a room and under the roof with like 300 people I don't know. Because I think that's how you're going to get sick, because everybody's touching everything. The stores are so big. So I don't want to do those big stores. I'm trying to keep to our small hometown grocer. So that's kind of been what I've been doing. So anyway, I'm not sure who all is still in here. Right's Way of Crazy, I know you're in here. It says there's 4. I'm not sure if... I wish it showed me as the host who was still in here. We're down to 3 now. And I know obviously Grethel had to go. I'm not sure if V is still in here. And I'm wondering if Geo, Cyber Mustang TV, if he's got us. I think he's got me on in the back. Somebody else just popped in again. So just curious to see you guys. We're at like just over 2.5 hours of streaming here. Wondering if you guys are wanting to wrap things up. It's been pretty quiet and unfortunately somewhat depressing talking about what's going on in the world, but I definitely appreciate hearing from everybody and being able to reach out to people all over the world and see how everybody's doing, and maybe somebody's got a good idea how to do something differently than what I'm doing, like the idea of all this distancing ourselves from each other. The media in the United States is calling it social distancing, and I think that's a terrible name for it, because it makes it sound like you're not interacting with anybody at all, in any way, like not being social at all. So my friend and I are like, we would prefer to call it physically distancing ourselves while continuing to be social with our friends and families. So I might be physically not near you, but I'm still maybe, you know, I saw my parents in person. We weren't physically close to each other. Weren't able to give each other hugs or anything like that, but we still saw each other, talked to each other, you know, laid eyes on each other. My friends, talking to people on the telephone, even just messaging on cell phones, or if you're on Facebook, using that. That's a way to be social and distant at the same time. So I don't know. I think the phrase social distancing is kind of negative. I feel like just saying physical distancing maybe is a little better. So, all right. Well, Rights of Ray, are you still in here? We're down to 2. I think it's a good time to call it for the evening. I know you guys are going to be playing Texas Hold'em, so go back to your family time, you guys. And I don't know, V, if you're in the background or if that's Geo in the background, but I think it's a good time to end the stream for the night. So Rights Way of Crazy, if you're still in here. Let me quick tag you in the chat. There we go. So I can get you in the chat again. Appreciate you guys coming in here and giving me some watch time. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, you guys. Have a great night. Have a great morning, if it's morning for where you're at. So I hope your day goes better. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Don't be a stranger. I hope to see you guys all again soon on YouTube. So bye, guys. Thank you so much. Geo, if you're in the backdrop there, thanks for hanging out with me. V, thanks for hanging out. Grethel, Jeremiah, and the Wrights family. Thanks, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.